Hi, my name is Lizzie, and it is Spook-o'clock. It's Halloween! I love Halloween, and I love costumes. I love cosplaying, even when it's not Halloween. And this year, James and I decided to go as Mal and Ben from Descendants 2 to Mickey's Halloween party. I have always been, and I will always be, DCOM trash. DCOM, if you don't know, for you uneducated people out there, is a Disney Channel original movie. So it's a movie made specifically to premiere on the Disney Channel. To me, the best one is High School Musical, but also up there on my top favorites is Descendants / Descendants 2, the franchise. I count it as one thing. Now, I love Descendants and Descendants 2 for their own special reasons, but I think Descendants 2 just really brought it to the next level. They got better wigs, better costumes, better songs, better actors, and better characters, and I think it's just way more interesting, and Descendants 2 is really what sold me on the entire Descendants franchise. And in particular, Mal stood out to me because one, she's got purple hair, you know, I like me a girl with purple hair. And two, I love Maleficent. Maleficent is definitely one of my top 5 favorite villains, and so her being Maleficent's daughter, I love her color scheme, I love her outfit, I love Dove Cameron. I just knew that I had to make my own very special purple girl costume. Now, traditionally, DCOMs, and you could argue Disney Channel in general, is made for children. So there are no adult costumes available to buy a Mal. Like, I can't just buy an adult Mal costume because it doesn't exist. If it does, it's just like the studs are like printed on. It's not very high quality. It's kind of just like a casual Halloween costume. And I don't do casual. I go all out, honey. So today I'm going to show you how to put together your very own adult Mal and Ben costume. This could be a kid costume too, just a DIY Descendants 2 costume. So the first thing I got, obviously, is her main statement piece is a purple leather jacket. I got my purple jacket off of Amazon, and Mal's outfit is actually like a shirt that has little wing sleeves, and then like the sleeves are detachable, retachable. I did not have time for that. I don't want to mess with that kind of noise right now, so I just got a purple leather jacket and called it a day. And then I spent hours studding it. So the studs I got were also from Amazon. Most of the stuff I got was on Amazon. I got these studs that have screw backs. I would just poke a hole through the jacket and stick the screw in and then screw on the top, and that was it. I just had to do that a lot. I started by doing a bunch of Sharpie marks to see if I got them all even, but then I was like, who cares? And I just went crazy with them. The cool thing with this costume is that if you mess up, it's supposed to be like grungy and punk, so it just like kind of goes with the tone of the outfit, and it was very forgiving. So after the studs, we had to figure out how to get these little green patches. She's got like green on her arms, and I wasn't really sure how to change the color of leather, so we ended up doing spray paint. You have to do several layers of spray paint to actually get the color that you want, so that took hours in the dark outside of our apartment building with our phone flashlights. We like crafted this whole little area so that we wouldn't get spray paint on the ground, and it was a process. We definitely had headaches for that whole night because we were just breathing in those fumes off of everything we spray painted, and it was a task. But we did it, and we took off the tape, and it was pretty much good. There was like a couple little areas where the spray paint escaped, but like I said, she's grungy, it's punk, who cares? Talking about it doesn't seem like I did that much, but actually doing the work took forever. Those studs, it just took so long. I cut myself with the screwdriver one time, I poked myself many times, and it was a process of labor, but eventually it turned out something really cool. So moving on to the shirt I had on underneath the jacket, I just found a purple tank top on Amazon once again. So James has a label printer, and we took the label printer paper that's kind of like a sticker, and we cut out some like blobby shapes because her shirt has like these little blobs on it. So we cut out some blobby shapes, stuck the labels onto the shirt to be like a stencil, and then sprayed it with green spray paint. Now, the shirt that I got was kind of like a spandex-y, stretchy shirt. Spraying the fabric spray paint onto that kind of fabric did not quite work as well as I wanted it to. It was also hard spraying a light green onto a darker color like purple. We tried many other options. I got purple plain cotton t-shirts from Michaels and tried to spray paint that. It didn't really work because the colors it's hard to put light onto a dark color. So then I tried doing regular spray paint. Didn't really work. Then I tried coloring with I just gave up altogether and started lathering acrylic paint onto the shirt, and it ended up being the stiffest, most crumbly shirt that there ever was, and I was like, I cannot wear this. So I ended up going with the original shirt that I kind of spray painted with the green fabric paint. It didn't turn out as green as I wanted it to, but ultimately it was covered by the bajillion belts I had to wear, so it works, and it's just fine. Sometimes you have to be like, this is good enough. I am not a professional costumer hired by Disney. I do not have their resources. I cannot make something that looks just like this. I will make something as close to it as possible. So moving on to the pants. The pants are these types of pants called moto pants. It's the style, it's got like the ridges on it, and it's got like a zipper on the bottom usually on the ankles, and it's kind of hard to find this style. For me, at least, it was hard to find this style anywhere. I found several yoga leggings that were this style, but you can't really dye them because, like I said, the fabric, if it's spandexy or stretchy, it's way harder to dye than like a cotton fabric. I basically gave up on finding purple pants of that color. I just was concentrated on finding a white pair of pants that looked like that would get to me on time, in my size, because I was looking on Amazon, couldn't find them in my size on Prime, and we just eventually wound up at a Goodwill, and I found these white pants that were like the exact type of pants that I needed. They're kind of like a jegging material, and they looked so small, and I was like, there's no way that my booty is gonna fit into this, and lo and behold, it did. It sisterhooded the traveling pants onto me, and I was like, oh, I found them. I found them. They were like $5 or something. It was crazy. And then I dyed them myself. This is the first time I've ever fabric dyed anything, like actually dipped it and dyed it, and it turned out really well. I was really surprised by it. Then I took some purple fabric spray paint and kind of sprayed it on there to get a little more texture, cover up some of the thread because the thread wouldn't dye, it just stayed white. And I am actually I'm so happy with how the pants turned out. I never thought I would have something that looked as close to her pants as I wanted, because I just gave up on finding that design of pants altogether, and I did it. Thank you, Goodwill. The boots I already owned. I got these for my Gamora Disney Bound at D23, and again, I just spray painted the heel green. Called it a day. Oh, I added some studs on the side too. I took some of the studs that we used for my collar and for James's jacket, and I just pushed them in, called it a day. They look pretty good, actually. I would wear those on a normal day, and I will. So I was mentioning the belts earlier. She has like a ton of belts on. I got 4. I got 2 of the same belts from Amazon. I got 2 pairs of 2 belts, so I got 2 black ones that have like a gold coil kind of wrapped up in them, and then I got 2 gold like looping chain ones, and because the gold chains kind of like loop down and then also go across, it looks like more belts than it is. So I'm just wearing 4 belts, but like all together layered, it gives the same effect that she has, and I was not gonna buy any more belts. I had one fingerless glove that I had already gotten for my Tonks cosplay. I'm pretty sure I got those on Amazon too. You can just get fingerless gloves anywhere, really. And then I got this hand jewelry off of Amazon. Again, I couldn't find exactly the kind that she had. I just wanted some gold hand jewelry. Anything would do at that point, so I got it. I'm happy with it. And then on the other hand, I got another kind of bracelet that is connected through a ring on your finger, and it has like jewels on it. The last accessory I got are actual Mal earrings from a store on Etsy. They made these. They are actually the earrings that she wears. They're so cute, and I would also wear these on a normal day, and again, I will. The wig I got off eBay for like $20. I was very surprised. I thought there's no way this is gonna look good at all. It's gonna look very plasticky, very Halloween-y, but it's actually not bad. It's really not. And I cut the bangs myself because they come super long, like this, down to here. And then I just kind of did like the hairdresser thing where you cut upwards. And I watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials and I cut the bangs. And that was it. That's my Mal costume. Like I said, it's really easy to put together. It just takes a long time to do it. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of crafting and finagling things to get them how you want them to look. I also kind of aged the jacket. I put some black paint and water together, put it on a paintbrush, and kind of like brushed it over the jacket because it was a little too bright, and I made it a little more grungy. Now on to James's Ben costume. Now, I've seen a couple of Mal cosplays here and there, but I have never seen a Ben cosplay. I was really excited to do this costume with James, also because he told me he was gonna shave his facial hair, and I just think it's so funny when he shaves. He doesn't look bad, it's just very different. I'm very used to seeing him with a beard always, and it's just like shocking. He looks like a little boy. So once again, most of the stuff just came from Amazon. We got a blue leather jacket off Amazon. Wasn't sure if it was gonna get here in time, and it did, thank you. We put some studs on it. We painted it with black paint and water mixed up, kind of like I did with my Mal jacket, but a lot more for for his because his was very bright blue. That kind of aged it up and made it look more grungy, not quite as bright and clean. James took some gold acrylic paint and drew on the shield around the Beast's logo. Then we found Ben's like logo icon thing from the movie on the internet, on Google. We put it into James's vinyl cutter, which we used to make my clock for my Cinderella Disney bound. We used it to create a stencil for our Inside Out costume last year. This thing has just come so in handy when making costumes and things. So he just printed it out on some gold vinyl and stuck it on there just like a sticker. The Ben shirt we found from a store on Etsy who just was printing that shirt. They just had that shirt available in their Etsy store, and we dyed it in some tea because once again this was a very bright yellow shirt. It looked very crisp and brand new. We didn't want that. We wanted grungy and punk. So we dyed it in some tea to make it a little more dark, a little more worn in, and it turned out really well. The belt buckle we also got from Amazon. It is a lion's head belt buckle. It just looks a lot like the one in the movie. James is convinced that it is the one from the movie. So we got the gold belt buckle from Amazon. We painted it black a little bit to give it a little more grungy look, and then he put on a belt that he already owned. The pants we also got from where? Yes, Amazon. We took some of the blue fabric spray paint, sprayed it on his black pants to give it a little more of a blue tint because Ben's are kind of like black blue, and it looks great. We did the same thing with his fingerless gloves. He just got black fingerless gloves off of Amazon and spray painted it with fabric spray paint to make them more blue. His beanie, blue beanie off Amazon, and his boots, black men's boots on Amazon. And that's his costume. Once again, really not a hard costume to put together. It just takes a long time and you have to figure out the right materials, but I guess we figured it out for you. So if you're looking to make your own Mal or Ben costumes, it's so easy. You can find all of the pieces. This goes for any cosplay that you ever want to do. It looks like a lot, but just break it apart and you can just buy piece by piece by piece by piece, layer it all together, and that's how you do it. That's just how you make any costume or cosplay. You just have to break it apart, look at all the pieces, and figure it out from there. That's what I do. I just kind of look at it, okay, how would a costumer make this? Apart from sewing it, well, there are already purple jackets out there, there's already blue jackets out there, there's studs, I can add them to them myself. This was so much fun to wear to Mickey's Halloween party because we do a lot of obscure Disney bounds and costumes, and no one gets them. No one understands them in real life. They're like, are you, Ariel? And I'm like, no, I'm Celia from Monsters, Inc. And while I love doing those obscure characters because everyone on social media loves them. You guys love them. You guys are the true blue Disney fans, and you get it, and you get me, and I put it side by side, and you're like, this is amazing, and I'm like, thank you. But it's also really great to get that in-person recognition. We had so many little kids coming up to us being like, Mal and Ben, oh my gosh, I love Descendants, this is so cool. And it was just like so gratifying for people to like actually know what we did and how much work went into it, and it just felt so good. We also wore it to LA Comic-Con, where we met the Disney Twincest girls who also do Mal and Evie cosplays, and they're awesome. We met an Uma, and it was just great. It was like all the Descendants love was great. It's just so much fun being a part of something like that. That's why I love cosplaying. That's why I love Disney bounding. It puts you in this community of people who are just so passionate about a thing. They work hours and hours endlessly to make an outfit that looks like this character or represents this character in some way, and I just love it. Anyways, I'm rambling. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys happen to make a Mal or Ben costume, please tag me in it, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye!